Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. So there's something that we all can do that can give us clarity, give us peace, lower blood pressure, make us feel better, and that thing is doing nothing. Essentially, I'm talking about meditation, just having a moment. And we've heard that word for so long. And many of us have images of TV with people in weird positions and chanting things to meditate. That can be it, but that doesn't have to be it. What is it? We're going to talk about it today. He is very effective at helping people with meditation, energy healing, so much more, Reiki. And he's got a deep background when it comes to the pharmaceutical world. So he kind of balances both sides. Your daily prescription coming from Dr. Dante Carroll today. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Steve. How about you?
Really, really good. And I know we've talked about meditation here before, and I ask you almost every time we get together because I'm intrigued that you spend an hour in the morning, every day, guaranteed, an hour meditating. I think it's fantastic. I haven't gotten there yet. I meditated this morning. I say maybe 20 minutes, I was just waking up. I was just laying back in bed. Maybe I dozed for a second and, back in, but I'm thinking and I'm relaxing and I'm in that spot. You don't do your day unless you meditate. Is that right?
That's right, Steve. Even just today when, I couldn't sleep a lot last night, I was up at maybe 3 o'clock in the morning. Head was just, going crazy, just had things on my mind. So I was like, you know what, let me just meditate. And then I had this swirling of energy in my head. It just kept swirling around, swirling around. I meditated for at least an hour. I felt peaceful. It was just this wave of calmness. It just went away. And I felt peaceful. I felt grounded. I was able to make decisions. And I was I was able to think straight. So for me, ever since I, began Reiki, even started meditation, it is just a game changer. When I don't do it, my day is just chaotic. I don't feel like I'm connected to the earth. I don't feel like I'm connected with people. And when I'm doing it, it's just, I feel connected. I feel like I'm here and I'm present.
I get it. And actually, I am looking forward to the end of this day because I'm going to leave. The weather's actually pretty nice today. I'm going to take some time and just take a walk. I need a moment. I'm at that point, I feel I need that moment, that time in nature, just walking. And I got stuff to do later, but there's going to be a gap between, work day and that other stuff I need to take care of, which is work related. But why does it work? Why does it make us feel so much better?
It works because you get to a point of stillness. Everything is just silent. The world slows down, your environment slows down, and now you're able to think, right? When you're always on the go, you have this person in your face, this going on, this environment, this job. It's a lot of energy and chaos that comes with you at one time. So when you meditate and come to a peaceful state, everything just washes away. You're more calm, you're more centered, and you're allowed to go about your day.
Do you feel that many of us don't realize what's actually happening within us in terms of the energy exchange? Dealing with people, situations, what that energetically takes away from us that we maybe kind of get back when we meditate. Do you realize we don't realize what's going on here?
Right. It's kind of even with meditation, it's kind of you go into this solitude place where you're kind of trying to figure out what's going on. I'm trying to process energy. And then with the meditation, it kind of just washes everything away. You're processing the information. You kind of see what's going on. If you're sad, why are you upset? If you're mad, why are you mad? It's just really coming down to asking yourself, you're your little private detective, your feelings and your emotions. And that's what meditation does for you.
I found that I'm more aware of the daily energetic drains now more than ever. And I'm not being negative here, but I'm just identifying, there are some people that take more from you in terms of energy. And if you're not aware of it, they're starting to deplete it, or we allow it, there's another. So you have a couple of options. Be mindful of that and or take the time to replenish yourself by meditating. So let's go there. What's the best way, the easiest way to meditate? Many of us struggle with it. I can't sit still. My mind is always racing. How do we do that?
The easiest way, just go into like a quiet, dark room where it's just, silent and you're sitting in stillness. Breath work. You can literally, either easiest one that I work on, just breathing techniques. I'll put my hand over my heart and I'll put my hand on my belly. I'll breathe in for about 4 seconds. And then I would breathe deeply out for 8 seconds. This is more like an anxiety relief meditation and just calms everything down. You will literally feel you're calming down. Your energy now goes back down to your legs and your foot, and you actually start to feel grounded.
I heard that when you breathe intentionally, like you just described, that it actually does something to your vagus nerve system. I get them confused, parasympathetic and the other one. but
Yeah.
but it's not just about air coming in and air going out. It's doing something physically to you to calm us, right?
Yeah, because when you think about it, right, and this is why I go back to Reiki in terms of just understanding what it is, it's just the energy that's around you. When you breathe in that new energy, you're like pulling all that new energy around you, cleaning out your system, and you're just exhaling out the old energy. So it's all around you. You're just breathing in and letting it out.
That's what we're really doing. We're taking in new energy, if you will, and
Exactly.
expelling some of the again, I'm not being negative here, just the used energy or just the negative energy.
Yeah. The thing is, energy, when people look at it as positive or negative, it's just of your emotions, right? If you're having anxiety, if you're having chaos, that negative energy, it just sticks on you. It's not to a point of it's evilness. It's just, hey, I'm confused. I'm all over the place. And some people aren't aware of their energy. They don't even know what it is. Sometimes you have people that's conscious and then you have some people that's unconscious. I just didn't know what it is. And that's why it's important for you to understand what energy is. How does it feel? What does it even feel like? And then you'll understand like, hey, this isn't me. Let me grab one of my stones to try to wipe it off and I'll be okay.
So, an hour a day you meditate. You've nailed it, and it's impactful for you. Go back to the beginning where you first started meditating. You were trying to get into the zone. What were some of the
Yeah.
things that you struggled with?
It took a while for me just to figure out calmness and was I meditating too long? My thoughts were just racing. Like, well, I have this project to do. I have to do this. Is 15 minutes long enough, 30 minutes long enough, or an hour long enough? And I just had to get to a point where it's just like, you know what? Let me just concentrate. Let me just focus. Because it was a lot I was dealing with, with work, friends, family, etc. That energy stays on you. And I was just trying to find my little niche to figure out what meditation works for me. I was even listening to like different sounds, going out of nature, just really trying to find your niche. And then once I found it, I was like, okay, perfect. This is great. So it's just a matter of just trying different options and what works for you.
Isn't it amazing, Dante, when you start doing this, that it'll click? And I know for me, like I could, like if you said, Steve, right now, I'm giving you 15 minutes, meditate. Before you could end that sentence, I would be like, okay, no problem. Like I'm just going to go in my zone. It's just such a peaceful thing. Like I could stare at something with my eyes open
Yeah.
and be transported somewhere, and I don't even know my eyes are open anymore. And that's just me. But it's the weirdest, most coolest thing that you can experience once you get there. And I know it's not easy getting there. I struggled with it for years.
Yeah. It literally puts you like in this mental focus. You're sharp, you're more clear, and you have understanding. Like for me, when I'm working with like patients, like before I meditated, I would kind of like go back and forth, like, why are you upset, etc. But now it just gave me like a whole different type of perspective of why is this person showing up? Why is this difficult situation showing up? It's all about looking at, different perspective, and meditation really helps you have like that higher self-conscious and understanding, different perspective from different people.
It's funny, you deal with medication and meditation, and they're
Right.
two separately, and they don't have to go together at all.
Right. But it's just the fact that I understand if a patient might be upset because they might have to wait late or, they just might have a chaotic day. And it's just like, hey, just practice meditation. How long if you take your medication or not? It just depends, right? It's just working at different avenues and seeing what works for you.
Thinking deeper about this with what you do, there's got to be a lot of energy exchange when you're working with people, and they have challenges, so you take on their
Yeah.
challenges.
Mhm.
I'm going to detect that you have a high level of empathy, like you feel what they're feeling. So you need to clean that out. because it's on you, it's in you in terms of working with people on the level that you do. You got to cleanse your energy often. I got to believe that.
Every time a client leaves or before I like clean up through the day, I literally would just take like a crystal. This is like black tourmaline. I would just literally try to clean out the whole entire room just to make sure the energy is clean. Because if I don't clean out the room or the room that I'm in doing meditation or just like work, it stays. And then you come into the room and let's just say I'm in a good environment. Then all of a sudden I feel sadness or, I'm upset. It's because we didn't clean out the room energy.
Black tourmaline can get that done.
Yes, black tourmaline is a great cleanser. It's very good for like sadness. If you want to go through like a transformation, if you're feeling like stuck, this is really good. I have it. It's really good. I keep it in here. It refreshes the whole entire room. It's like an air freshener of energy. So I'm good to go.
All right. I got to learn more about that because where I am, different studios, different people, different situations and all of that. I will sage. I have Palo Santo spray and it's organic. It's like the real deal. And I'll spray that around with the door open. A lot easier with the crystal. So tell me what are you doing there?
So for this one, this is black tourmaline. So what I'll normally do is that I'll charge it up. It's really good for sucking in negative energy. So by the time I charge it up, keep it in the sunlight or apply like Reiki symbols or wash it with water, how you can clean your crystals. And I'll just set it over here in the room, and then maybe about 15 minutes, the energy is just gone. It feels very positive, relaxed, and I'm good to go.
Wow. Okay. Let's say somebody has never meditated. They're feeling like, this could work for me. I want to do it. Take us through the beginning steps that you would suggest, for the beginner.
Yeah. So if you're coming to me and say, hey, Dante, I want to just meditate, just something simple, I'll just say, hey, let's just start with like a simple breath work. Like you might have some anxiety, you just want to calm down because that's the whole purpose of meditation to help keep us calm because, things are chaotic and have that mental focus. So I'll just say, hey, let's just start with the breath work technique. Let's go ahead and put our hand over our heart, over our belly, breathe about 4 seconds in slowly, 8 seconds in, exhaling, and then see how you feel in about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we can go from there. Now, let's just say if you don't have time to actually go meditate, go out in nature. You can just go for a simple walk or even just going outside, getting a breath of fresh air. That is like a nature inspired or like a walk meditation. So you're out in the environment, you're focusing on yourself, you're in your present moment, and then you're like, okay, what do I have to work on? Just really clearing out the environment of getting things that aren't really relative to you, or just really just focus on things that matter and just seeing things from a higher perspective so it can get you along your way.
What is the difference between if somebody were to sit, be quiet, be still, meditate, as opposed to taking a walk in nature? Now, you could be meditating while you're walking, but just if you're walking, what are the benefits? Are they basically the same?
So I would say being out of nature for me, because I like to be in nature, studying energy, the energy is much more potent when you're in nature, right? You're getting the nature from the earth, the air, though even if you're in water, you're getting more of those elements around you. They hold energy. I'm by the water, I'm feeling upset, mad, or angry. I'll get the water to flush out those emotions to feel more present. And if I'm feeling, like I need to clear out my mind, the nature, the wind, you say, go get a breath of fresh air to clear the mind. So that's more of an added benefit. You get more bonuses with nature. When you're inside the house, it's kind of like, okay, I'm sitting in there being quiet. You might hear noise. You might have to play some frequency sounds or meditation music. It's just a lot more into it versus nature where it's quiet and then you can be more focused as well.
Well, there's a story that's out today on the Associated Press that talks about what we're talking about and how more and more doctors are prescribing go outside. That's it. That's what they're saying. Go take a walk outside. You could Google it. It's literally out today. And that includes different doctors in different areas. I mean, one I was reading in the article is a gynecologist. Another one is a heart doctor. And all of them are all saying the same thing. The prescription is go outside. It'll make you feel better. All of this stuff just seems too easy, but it works, right?
Yeah, because it's just like when you think about it, we're always like working hard, always studying, trying to get to a certain degree. And it's just like we just don't come back to the simple things. One plus one is two, right? So it's just like, I don't know, we just got to come back to the elementary school of things. Just like, hey, go outside and run around. Okay, let's see what happens, right? Just go outside and, clear your mind out and just get connected with nature and just, help you calm down.
I never thought of it that way. We did it as kids,
Yeah,
and it was fantastic. And we would look forward to activity period when we're in elementary school. And also, I think that's part of, kids, and have energy built up dealing with other kids and friends and school and everything like that. So you go outside, and it's almost as if it's like just dissipating all of that stuff that's built up inside. Never thought of it that way.
yeah. We just got to go back to, being a kid again. That's all.
But when you think about that, when we're born, we're pure. I don't care, what your background is, assuming two children are healthy when they're both born
Yeah,
at the same time, it's a fresh start. And then life begins and you interpret things or you experience things as a kid. And then those traumas, if you will, are in you and then you deal with them later in life. But
yeah.
being a kid is just the best. It's like, in terms of curiosity and all of that.
Yeah.
We need to go back to that.
Exactly. You just said it, the curiosity, right? I think as we get older, we get more focused on like adult like things, right? Bills, rent, etc.
Yep.
And then we lose that curiosity of the what if? Well, it's like, oh, I don't really have time for this. I gotta pay this. But going back to that childlike behavior, curiosity could bring you to a certain area where you didn't see where you were at before.
Think about it. How wonderful the world was when you were a kid and you looked down on the ground and you saw a couple of ants just doing their thing. And in amazement, like, wow, that's so cool. When do we ever take the time to do anything even remotely close to that now?
Right. And you have to. And it's just like for me, getting into the energy work and just really connecting with the nature, it's just, I miss it. It's just, it brings you back to childhood when you're just outside running around, jumping over logs, catching little lightning bugs outside, and just like
Mm.
getting back to that nature. And it's just going back to that childlike self, getting back into that energy of just being happy.
You know what, Dante, really clicked for me, and I'll share it and maybe others will feel it.
Yeah.
That term, you said getting back into nature. And I would be like, yeah, well, what's the big deal? Why do people always say that until I figured it out? But then somebody said to me, we are nature. We are nature. When you think about it, we're animals. We came from nature. We're mostly water. Why why does it feel so good? Because we're home again, I guess.
Exactly. You're coming back to self, right? Nature is a part of the earth, it's a part of the frequency, and it's a part of us, right? We are earth. We have to be connected to it, right? And it's just a matter of just, getting back connect. What does that look like, right? Taking your shoes off, getting a breath of fresh air. If you're feeling some type of depression or sadness, just being by around cozy fire with friends and good vibes and good positivity just to help raise you up, right? Just the simple things.
And when you think about it, Earth, everything comes from the earth. Take a second and go deep on it and think about it. The clothing that we're wearing, okay, cotton comes from earth. Even if it's synthetic, somewhere it's traced back to earth. The electronics in our devices, silicon in the semiconductors came from the earth. All of this stuff, everything, I don't think there's anything that we could say is not connected to our earth.
Right. You have to understand that. Once you understand Earth is energy, your energy, we just have to balance out with it and move forward.
So we've mentioned crystals before. I am getting myself black tourmaline. I think I have it, but I'm not 100% sure it
Oh,
is. And it's a
yeah.
tiny piece right over there. What are two other crystals that you would suggest to cleanse energy?
Our favorite, clear quartz. So clear quartz, really good for clearing out negative energy and it really helps you connect with your intuition and it really helps clear out the room. And I would probably say selenite. This is a coffin because of Halloween, if you can see. But it's like a selenite inspired coffin. So it's more so this will actually take out negative energy in the room as well, help you connect to your intuition. However, if you keep selenite in your pocket, it attracts every single energy. So you might be feeling calm and collected when you first put the crystal inside your pocket, then all of a sudden it's like, you got to take it out because you're sucking everybody's energy.
So that's its job, to absorb. So now if you have it on you, it's absorbing energy, good or bad. And
Exactly.
wow. With the black tourmaline, I saw you just kind of wafting the energy or it around to connect with the energy in the room. Would you do the same thing to like a clear quartz?
All of them. Like if I need to just clear out the room, like I can do certain symbols where I can push energy, relax energy, clear out the whole entire room. It just depends on the preference. But normally, yes, I'm always wafting and clearing out the room.
Can you do it? Like, I have a tiny piece. I get, it's about the size of a quarter.
Yeah.
Would that be just as effective as opposed to, a big chunk?
Yeah, just as effective. The only thing about the big chunk is the fact that it holds more energy. Small, no matter what, it'll still do its job and clear out the room.
Gotcha. How often do you do that?
Every single day. Every single day. Because if I don't do it, I'll come in the room like, oh, something's off. Something doesn't feel right. And then I'll grab it, and then there'll just be like this nice whoosh cleaning feeling inside of the room. I'm like, okay, now I'm good to go. Now I feel positive, and then we're ready to go with the session or clients that we're dealing with.
I'm going to tell you, Dante, that I feel relaxed and calmer in speaking with you.
I appreciate that. That's my job. My job is to help calm down your energy, help keep you focused. And it's okay. We're in this world where, it's crazy right now. We're living in crazy times right now. And my job is to help people calm down and help you get to your best self.
I'm not making that up. Like I had a couple of things stacking up here today, got things I got to take care of later. It's like, all right, I can do this. And my mind, like anybody else, mind is like, a lot going on. But I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right, we're good. Like now we tackle the next one, whatever needs to get done. I think you are so ultimately grounded that it's like it's infectious. Like you pick up on it.
Yeah, I try to be grounded, Steve, because it's just like for me, like I have to be grounded for my clients, their energy. And it's just like I take pride in my work. And it's just like I care about patients. I care about energy. And my job is to help you guys feel better. Like I want to see you guys smile. That's it.
Love it. How do we find you? I mean, that you can help in so many different ways, even from a Reiki session to helping us learn about crystals, all of that, and can be done virtually anywhere. How do we find you?
You can find me at PharmD healer.com.
And by the way, I want to throw it out there too. If anybody's got a question about anything we're talking about, no judgment. This is new territory for many of us. instantfeedbacksteve@gmail.com. Dante, thanks for all the tips today. I actually wrote down black tourmaline because I want a bigger piece. Clear quartz, going to get that done. And thank you for helping us with this. I really appreciate it.
Of course. I'm glad I can help. And look forward to talking to you in the future, Steve.
Same. All right. We're coming right back. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, game show host, father of 5, and all-around big dude. I'm also an expert on drama. I know all kinds of drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids. There's the bad kind like season-ending injuries. There's the necessary kind like having an agent in Hollywood. And there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your high school diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org.
Or text diploma to 97779. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. That's diploma to 97779. And leave the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.